I'm divorced. It's finally, legally, all the way done. I'm getting super dressed up. I'm going out for martinis. Get ready with me. The U.S. legal system is designed to make it really easy for you to get married and really difficult for you to get unmarried. It was really hard for me to admit that that relationship from the very beginning was not serving me. It's hard to give up the stories we tell ourselves.
It's not hard to give up. It seems pretty easy. She's celebrating here the fact that she's getting divorced, and I don't know why these chicks always like go out and celebrate the fact that they're getting divorced. I mean, this should be something sad, especially if they had kids. And even beyond that, for the fact that she's now in her freaking 40s and her chance of getting somebody on the same level as her ex-husband are going to be pretty much zero, slim to none, right? But here she is, jumping for joy and then doing her makeup like all the other bonehead like broads that do these videos. They can't, they're all like always doing their makeup. They're such followers, right? Zero creativity. Can't do something else while they're telling their story. They just, I saw this other girl do it. It looks cool. I'm gonna do it. It just shows you like what followers women are. They're not meant to lead. They're meant to follow.
About something, that sort of pressure to kind of feel like you're doing what you're supposed to. It's easy for me to say all this now. It is night and day the person I am now versus who I was before, and like how happy I am now versus how miserable. And it's happening chronically.
She said she was like miserable. Why did you marry this guy if you're so miserable, right? Why even marry him? But if she thinks she's miserable now, wait till she gets back out on these dating apps, man. She is fresh out of this divorce, so wait until she gets back out there dealing with these dudes that are way out of her league, that she's going to try to go for it. These chicks always, that's why they're divorcing their husbands. They're divorcing their husband because they think they can get back out there and get the top tier 10% of dudes, because at one time they've had access to those guys. But you know what? It's not 1996 anymore. It's 2023. You don't have access to these guys anymore. So she is going to learn what misery really is when she is back on these dating apps, as so many women that we cover do, right? They don't realize it's like it hits them like a ton of bricks. Like, shoot, I no longer got it. It's men, they're those pigs. They all want women who are like, 18, 19 years old. They don't want a 45-year-old, twice divorced single mother with 3 kids. No, of course not. Nobody wants that, right? It's yeah, and just listening to this chick talk, I mean, she's obviously putting these videos on public, so any guy that meets her is just gonna look at her like, oh, okay, so you're basically a quitter, right? So you quit, or you get, why were you so miserable? What makes me think that I can make you happy, or why would I even want to try? You're 45 years old. Why would I want to try? Right? You're not worth it.
Miserable, and it's happening chronically over time. You just kind of get used to that as your base state. I didn't use a lawyer. Figured it out.
Oh my gosh! Why is she putting on this like blue eyeshadow? This is like some like 1970s crap.
I had to try this new
1970s disco queen crap.
Blue eyeshadow that I got. Little nod to Elizabeth Taylor, the queen of fabulous divorces.
Okay, so obviously as a divorced woman, she's one of her heroes is another divorced woman out of not a married woman, not a family woman, not a traditional woman, not a virtuous woman, but a divorced woman who's had multiple divorces. When we call them damaged goods, we don't call them damaged goods on this channel, guys, for no reason.
Hello talk, everyone's favorite. Let's get dressed.
Unbelievable. Okay, next clip. Here we go.
I love when shitty men show up in my comments to validate the point I just made. It's like they're giving my handle a whole new layer, Oh, I may end up 35 and single, so...
You are 35 and single, though.
Oh, what? You think that's a threat? That being single is inherently negative?
Yeah, it is. I mean, see, this woman is still in her early 30s. So these are the women that you notice, like even the ones we cover on the channel, are the most bold, are the most just kind of like wet behind the ears, the most green, because they don't realize what's waiting for them. They don't realize that they are going to be, 10 years from now, they're going to still be 45 and single, 55 and single, right? To her, she has not had enough exposure to the younger women taking the men from her. She hasn't had enough of that yet. But give it some time.
That a woman's life only has value if she reproduces? I'd rather
Yeah, that's how God set it up.
die alone 10 times over than end up with a man who has those values.
Oh, so you're saying you want a woke man, okay? Because woke mans don't have those values, but you know what? They'll never respect Mr. Wokey. The woke guy is the same dude that they end up cheating on, the same guy that will allow them to have a boyfriend on the side, that dude.
Needless to say, there are plenty of people who get married after 35. There are plenty of people who have been married and end up single at 35. There are plenty of people who are married and miserable at 35.
That's what they always say. You notice these damaged women always go, oh, there are plenty of people who are 35. They're single, they're married, and they're so miserable. No, most people I know who are married, especially in their 30s, are still pretty happy. Okay? They're still pretty happy. So she's looking at women like herself who are damaged and just insufferable and can't hang on to a man. And she's self-projecting that onto everyone else. They're married and miserable people out there. No, it's because you're miserable.
Because just like gender or sexuality, your marital status should not be an indicator of your quality of life or your overall worth as a human being. And this is the bullshit that women no longer have to accept.
I mean, this is exactly how a modern woman talks, guys. Just like this. Is it any surprise she's still single? Is it any surprise no man has put a ring on her finger? Is it any surprise she spends her days doing these TikToks? Speaking into a cheap microphone, right? And one that she's not even really earning a living from. So, I mean, is this any surprise? I mean, this is the Chelsea Handler generation right here. You know, she's a little younger version of her, but she's on the path to becoming Chelsea Handler, just like her.
We no longer have to be someone's daughter or someone's wife or someone's mother to make our way in the world and to matter.
Yeah, you don't have to be any of those things anymore. You know why? Because men are kicking the doors open for you and parachuting you into jobs. They're lowering requirements for other jobs so women can get in, right? Don't think for a second that you're getting in there on your own merit, right? Whenever I see I'm just going to say this, whenever I see like a female cop, female firefighter, you know, a woman flying a jet or anything like that, regardless if she does actually have the qualifications to be there, I just assume 99% of the time she doesn't, and she was put in that position because some politician changed some laws to benefit women, so because he needed the female vote, right? Because these politicians they could give two craps less about women or black people or anyone for that matter, except for their own constituents. So it's usually some politician who had to change the laws or some affirmative action thing. That's why it's easier for you to get jobs now. But if it were just based on merit, no. You would need to be a housewife. You know who you get thanked for that? Men. It wasn't women kicking the doors open for you. It was men. Because, as I've always said, like if men banded together and we ended this, like no more feminism, no more voting rights, no more rights, period. Just get back in the kitchen. If we all banded together and stood firm on that, do you think they can stop us? No. No, we're stronger, we're faster, we're more violent, we're more calculating. No, they can't stop us, right? So the reason why she has these freedoms is because of the same men that she is here pissing on. Don't act like you're doing this like, oh, I'm so talented, I got in because it's me. No, you got in because the standards have been lowered. It's sad.
And that really pisses these men off.
It doesn't piss them off because we know the truth. Clearly, I mean, this chick obviously hates men, right? It's so clear that she has a hostility towards men. Probably even her own father. That's usually where it starts. Maybe she grew up with a weak father figure or an absentee father who wasn't there at all. But it's clear as day that this chick, I don't even know why she would even date dudes. Just switch to the other team. Because you clearly do not like men, especially the men that created this technology called the iPhone that you're using to film, this little microphone here, invented by men, the internet that you're using, invented by men, and also the platform you're using, invented by men, right? There's really nothing that is female invented that we need to, you know, that is anywhere on par with what men have created.
Not to mention that single and childless women are statistically the happiest demographic in our society.
That's a lie. Okay, that's a lie. You'll hear a lot more and more of these DGs and these Jezebels trying to promote that statistic. But just like everything that the wokey left does, what they do is they'll do a sample size of like 200 women, a very small sample size, and a very controlled sample size. They'll make sure that the people who are coming in for this sample are going to say what they want. Right? This is why I don't trust the left whatsoever anymore. I don't trust Democratic I don't vote, by the way. But I really don't trust Democrat politicians. I think they're all scams, like schemers and liars, and they're super Machiavellian, and they do things like this, right? And then knowing that they're lying, they'll go out there and convince themselves that it's true. It's very psychopathic behavior. Which I don't doubt this chick is. She's exhibiting very, very psychopathic and sociopathic behavior here because she wants to believe the statistic, but it's not true. Okay? Because overwhelmingly, if you do the full sample size of like most married couples in the United States and most single women, and those studies have been done, all the research points to women becoming more miserable, and more drugged up and more and poorer as they get older. Okay, those are not things that would make you happy. Those things that would make you more depressed, right? Not to mention, statistically, single women over the age of 35, especially 35 to 45, are the ones that are using antidepressants the most, the ones that are running to therapists the most, the ones that have mental and psychological problems the most. So, and that's the actual studies. So what she's saying here is a lie, essentially, right? She's pointing to, again, a controlled. It's like me going, hey guys, I just did a poll. Turns out I'm a badass dude. I'm the best guy in the world. Who did you poll? Like my family members, my close friends. Did you poll any of your enemies? Of course not. Did you poll anyone else? No. It's like I'm only polling people that I know are going to say exactly what I think they're going to say. Right? That's not, and then going, hey, it's true. I am a great person. No. Okay, that's not how studies work. So this chick is clearly delusional, and clearly she must not watch other TikTok videos because she can easily watch women who are her age, if not older, who are single, who are childless, and those chicks are miserable. Those chicks are depressed. Those chicks look like they're ready to jump off a cliff, right? Because they can't find a man, because the guys their own age won't touch them with a 10-foot pole, because the guys their own age are going for younger women who are half their age. Right, so this chick is just not being honest with herself, but I'm not surprised because most of these woke chicks and wokies in general just love to lie to themselves. They love lies. They don't like truth. They don't like facts. They love the lie, right? They love lie. Who's the father of lies? Satan. That's who they love. They love lies.
So the next time a man with 15 followers and no profile pic wants to threaten me with that, bring it, bitch.
Well, we've got 350,000 followers and a profile photo, bitch. So we are going to bring it. How about we bring it, guys? She has no clue who she's messing with. All right, one more.
So I have a story. I fell in love with my best friend of 8 years. We had only ever been friends. We kissed a few times. And he was clearly always interested in me from the beginning, right? And I just never felt that way about him. And I also always had a boyfriend on top of it. Now...
You mean you always had a Chad on top of it? That's why this guy was in the friend zone.
In his perception of everything, I broke his heart. And pretty bad. So just recently, we were hanging out playing spades at my house, like something normal we would do. And he kissed me like he had always done in the past, and I normally push him away, and this time I didn't. So, we did it. We went all the way, and my feelings completely changed. Like 180, went from loving him as a friend to like loving him. Should I make a part 2? You guys want to hear the rest of the story? Let me know.
And this is so rare. She gave the beta provider a shot, and she liked it. Okay, she just said herself, I went from loving him as a friend to actually loving him romantically, right? Which is, it's really hard to get out of the friend zone. It's not impossible. I teach you how to do it. I teach you how to do it in 7 months of mastery. Click the link below. Quick plug. But I teach you in my programs how to get out of friend zone. It's not as hard as you think it is. It's only hard and difficult and complex if you've never had training, if there's nobody to guide you out. But again, I've done this myself. I've helped many students get out of the friend zone. Sometimes in the past, I've purposely placed myself in a woman's friend zone because I knew I could work that into a relationship, right? Like, so I just needed to get into her life somehow. She might have had a boyfriend at the time or whatnot, but it's like, all right, we'll just be friends, you know? But of course, you keep doing high value things and you make her kind of look at you twice like, hey, maybe I should be talking to Matt, you know? But so this dude got out. It doesn't sound like he had any training or anything like that because he's telling her like, how I've always loved you and all this. So he could easily blow this in the future. That's why, dude, if you're watching, get into mastery, click the link below. However, she gave him a shot, right? She gave him a shot. Obviously, never looked at this guy before, and obviously it's because she's older now, right? We know her younger version be like, no, dude, no, Brad, don't touch me, Brad. No, we can't go that far. Don't look at my boobies. Stop. But now she's like, oh, Brad, check this out. But now she's giving him a shot, and she's realizing, like, hey, I should have dated this guy sooner, right? And this guy is going to cherish her, you know, fortunately or unfortunately, right? Hopefully she doesn't screw him over, but I think she's on a good path if she wants to get married. Like, if she wants to be in a real relationship, get off the carousel. This dude, as big a sucker as he is, he's willing to. She's got a shot at something here, right? And I only wish more women, this is the first one I've seen, more women would take note, right? It's like, I'm sure this dude, her friend, is probably, you know, like, obviously not at her level of what she expects out of dudes she normally dates, but he's close, right? He's close. And she was like, I'll just do this. I'll give it a shot. And look, right? Look, I mean, now she can potentially find happiness with this dude. And more women in their 40s and 50s, if they just did the same thing and just dropped their standards just a little bit, guess what? You might just find your forever man, as she did. So I wanted to end this video on a happy note, which we did. And with that said, I'm going to wrap up here. Until next time, this is M from the 33 Secrets, signing out here from my DeLorean. It's incredible, about to take off. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Go ahead and smash it right now. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so that you are notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Helps me out a ton when you actually subscribe, okay? So make sure you're subscribed to my channel as well. And for all of you guys who want to support my work and all of this red pill, gold pill, and platinum pill content that I'm teaching you even further, the best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I'm teaching guys just like you how to go out there and approach and close the youngest, hottest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I'm talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s, the same exact type of women that myself and all of my coaching students all around the world are out there approaching and closing every single week. And I kid you not, we're making things happen every single week. So take advantage of it, and this is the absolute best way to support my work. So if you want to support me, that's the best way to do it. And right now it's only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons, right? It's only $1. So take advantage of it. Okay? Just click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video. All right, I'm out. Let's get out of here. Woo! Man, this car has some pickup. And this is coming from a guy with a Corvette. This car is actually pretty quick. Don't be fooled. DeLorean is quick. This is, after all, it's a time machine, right?